When I started working with pregnant women, I was pregnant myself for the first time. It was the perfect opportunity for me to combine my knowledge in different areas, my experience for many years in working with people, and my strong feministic urge to stand up for women's rights. So I started educating women, started sharing information, science-based information, started offering support and guidance that they needed. My pregnancy was going well. I was surrounded with this powerful, open, awesome women who was ready to learn and grow. And I was convinced that I have finally found a way, a methodology to stand in the way of those interrupted stream of horrifying birthing story that was shared among women. But something went wrong. The majority of the women that I worked with ended up having very unpleasant experiences, birthing experiences, medical interventions that wasn't necessary, and C-sections that they couldn't explain and understand why happened, why. And I was puzzled, but then my delivery came and I got my answer. I realized that the great part of the problem lies in the system. So I was like, okay, let's change the system now. And I started knocking on doors, going from one door to another door, started collaborating with government bodies, committees, breastfeeding, healthy maternity, and etc., etc. And soon I became this exotic animal that was carried around from event to event every time when they needed an integral, a holistic perspective to show off. They listened to me, they shared my opinion, they even accepted some of the suggestions but never execute them. So, nothing's changed again. I realized again that just talking about things, sharing opinions about things, thinking the same thing about things cannot do the work. That an action is needed, and even more, a personal action. There is this real story of my client. She was my client 3 years ago, and then she had a C-section, delivered with a C-section. And 2 months ago, she called me, and she was like, Danica, I am 2 weeks, I have only 2 weeks more until my due date, and they are not allowing me to have a vaginal birth, although there is not a medical reason why not, and please help me. I want to try this time. And we worked together, and now she had the knowledge that she needed to make a decision. She was she remembered her power, and she also summoned up her wisdom so she could trust herself. And she really did find a way. She even called the hospital officials and explained to them her case, and they were like, okay, if we understand correctly, you want us to work less for the price that you are paying. And you see, this is a very expensive business, and one of the main reasons why other things not changing or changing so slowly lies in this fact, and also in the fact that this is unwilling change for the system, and also very inconvenient one. And this is not, just to be clear, this is not only in Macedonia, in my country, and in country like Macedonia, it is happening all over the world. To be honest, we have double standards. historically and personally when it comes to birth. We are thinking about what we want to become when we grow up, when we are like 5 years old, but we are not thinking about what type of parent do we want to become when we are going to have our own children. We can reconsider for months changing the career, but we are not reconsidering what is happening during the childbirth. We want strong women, we want powerful yet gentle and feminine women in politics, in society, in business, because yes, this type of women, these women, in the women lies power, in the women lies the future of the world. But in the delivery room, we want women who can be shushed easily and who push when the God in white are giving them permission to push, you know. So this is why I ended up describing my presentation with words, not to miss something, like incomplete education, crippled human rights, thwarted personal development, social hypocrisy, etc., etc. Yeah, human rights counts every time, and we will fight for them, but not when we enter the doorsteps of the delivery room. Then we are living our dignity outside, right? So when my husband 2 days ago read all of this description, he was like, whoa, Danica, you're like positioning birth as a point in space and time where the doors of hell can be open. And I was like, yeah, hell, that's the truth. That was my pride and anger talking in that moment, but let to be honest, truth to be told, hell yeah, that's the truth. Because birthing process is a very formative process physiologically and psychologically for the woman and for the baby. So we are hurting women when we are disrespectful to them, when we are yelling at them, when we are lying to them or mocking them during the birth. Because she should be open, she should be gentle, she should be strong also, and focus on what is she experiencing during this process. And if we don't support her, so let mildly put it, we are just hurting her and hurting the baby. So the result is women who are doubting themselves, women filled with guilt, with shame, women who are not sure if they have made the right decision, women who are not sure, not trusting their strength, not trusting their guts anymore. Imagine what type of person can these women raise. And this is the baby that they are taking care of. So this is the new generation in the world. This is the world that we are building. So let's try to imagine a different situation. Try to imagine having a woman who is respected, a woman who is empowered, who is after the delivery, who is full with self-esteem, with self-confidence, woman who trusts her wisdom, who trusts her guts, who know that she has done everything that is her power for her baby and for her. She is lovable. She loves herself and the world. She loves her baby. And she trusts the world and herself. Can you imagine what type of person can this woman raise? This is the world that I'm hoping that we are going to build. A world of love, support, strength, and wisdom. And about the client that I mentioned, yes, she ended up with great, wonderful, magnificent birth on her own terms. So she did make her move. She did took her step, her personal step to change the narrative. So let's empower every woman to dare to take this step for her and for the baby, for all the mothers and all new persons in this world, for the humanity. Thank you.